Welcome back to the YouTube channel of the Windsurf Coach. I'm at the beautiful spot of Aalsmeer. The Westeinder Plassen is what they call it. You have a flat water area and you have the big lake where you can have some waves. It's oriented southwest northeast, so normally you get the southwesterly winds. Today I'm gonna do a wingfoil race. It's actually the Dutch Open for wingfoil racing. Normally the wind is from the southwest and you have onshore winds. Now the wind is offshore with winds from the northeast, but the forecast looks excellent. The weather will be great. It will be sunny, 25 degrees. Wind will be gusting up to 23 knots. I've never done a course race, wingfoil race, so let's try it. It's time to pick up my lycra.
Check even je naam. Oh, je hebt hier een kaartje gedaan?
105 is my number, so I'm ready to go. I'm switching my front wing and I'm gonna use the 720.
Nou, mooi dat jullie met zo'n grote groep zijn. Ik denk even te roepen welk nummer je hebt voor de bus bezig. Ja? Je hebt er zin in? Oké, goed.
I'm just gonna take you along on one of those races. Left you can see the starting boat. It's about 1 minute to the start. And in front you can see the yellow buoy. That is the pin end of the start line. In between the start boat and the pin end will be the start. I want to sail away from the pin end, then turn around and make sure that I'm at the pin end at 0 seconds. I still need to go a bit further, but I think I misjudged this. There are a lot of people who try to start right. I want to turn right now, but it's too crowded. For safety I have to wait until the whole pack has gone, but that means that I will be too late for the start. Yeah, I cannot catch up. I have not enough speed, there's not enough wind. I couldn't tack as it was too risky. I have a pretty small front wing which could have gotten me off the foil. But let's start the race and see if we can do some catching up. The first leg is upwind to the first mark. That means we're gonna do a few tacks or jibes. I'm now sailing over starboard. That means that if there are some competitors ahead that will make a tack or jibe, I will have the right of way. I will stick to jibing for every tack change, as it might just be too risky to make a tack and fall off the foil. I know that I will lose some ground, but if I get stuck for too long it will cost me much more. The leaders are now approaching me. They have the right of way, so I make space for them, and they are now heading downwind back to the pin end of the start line, because that's also the second mark for this course race. And now comes the tricky part. You can see we're near the shore and the wind is offshore, so this is the tricky part. Here I need to get it right. If I continue much further I might just make it in one run to the first mark, but the wind is too light and gusty and I'm afraid I will get stuck there. So I choose to go for the safe option and do another few upwind legs. Every little now and then I check if I could make it to the first mark now in one run, and also check if it's clear to do a jibe. Here on the left in the picture you can see the first mark, so I'm pretty close, and now I need to pass it and make another jibe to make sure that I'll round it over starboard. You can already see that a few guys or girls are stuck there as the wind can be light and patchy. I'm trying to avoid that. Hopefully I can round the first mark now at speed. Finally, it looks like this run I will make the first mark and then go back to the starting line again to pass that pin end over port tack this time, and then go back to the first mark again, so all the way back upwind what I did before, but now we're just heading downwind. Hopefully we can maintain some speed. I already see some people falling in wind holes in front of me, and I hope I can stay on the foil as the wind is very light at this moment. You can't make it in one straight line directly to the second mark, as it will be completely downwind and you probably get off the foil. So if you make it 2 reaches to get to the second mark, you will still maintain some pressure in your wing, which will keep you on the foil. After this second mark I need to go all the way back up to the first mark again, and that means the same route as I did before. In the distance I can see quite a lot struggling with the difficult conditions at the first mark and even being off the foil. I need to get it right. Yeah, that looks right. I'm gonna make the first mark again. That means actually the third mark for me. Now it will be a speed run all the way up to the fourth mark. Actually the third in the course, of course, but as we rounded the first 2 times it will be the fourth for me. And I got stuck as the wind just died upon me. Now hopefully I can get a gust. It looks like a gust is on its way. I just need to be a bit lucky. If it's strong enough to get me going, I will be on my way and I'll be out of here. From that last mark it will be a straight line, another speed run to the finish line. The finish line is the line between the finished boat that you can see right in front and the mark just downwind of it. And don't forget to mention your race number and let's say hello to the race crew. 105! After 7 races, it's time to call it a day. We had a day full of action. We started with 3 races in the morning, had a break, then 4 races in the afternoon. I haven't done any course racing in years. The last time was on windsurf gear. The whole foil racing concept is quite engaging as it's fast. We had a 5-minute start procedure. If you go over early, you will be disqualified. If you are too late, you might be just behind the pack and it will be pretty difficult to get a good end result. It's up and downwind racing. Anything can happen. You can choose your own path. If you have never done course racing before, I think with wingfoil racing, it is an excellent opportunity to try it. It just gives you that extra bit of sparkle. So if you are watching this video and you have never participated in a race before, I would like to invite you to join next year's Dutch Open Wingfoil Championship at the Westeinderplassen, Aalsmeer in the Netherlands.
Goed gedaan allemaal.
The new Dutch overall champion of the wingfoil race is Felix. Felix, it was an amazing race and I saw you coming out on top quite a few times. How did you do it?
I was very lucky to have my sponsor North for the amazing gear. That was why I was so fast, especially on the upwind. I was gaining a lot of ground.
You had quite some impressive speeds. How fast do you go on the downwind reaches?
I haven't tracked my speeds today, but normally I get about 50-60 kilometers an hour. About 30 knots.
That is quite amazing, guys. I don't know where you windfoil at home, but wingfoiling I normally do maybe 30 kilometers an hour, but usually I stay in between 20 or 30, so 50 to 60 is amazing. That's quite a lot of speed. Oh, and it's not a coincidence that you won, because I already said you managed to come out on top on almost every single heat, and we did 7 heats.
I managed to get on top 4 of the 7 heats. 2 other times I got second because of a minor mistake. Just one race I 3 times swimming back to the board. So
that happens.
Well, that happens. There you have the discard for.
May I ask you, how old are you?
I'm currently 16 years old and I will be turning 17 next year in May.
How long do you wingfoil then?
I've been wingfoiling for 3 years now, which the last year I've been racing and competing and training almost every week, every day I'm on the water, out there grinding, going faster and faster every time.
The best Dutch wingfoil racer there is, and we have 18 million people living here in the Netherlands. That is quite an achievement. What is your goal for next year?
Next year is the goal to be a youth world champion. I've heard that the wingfoil racing organization will be putting a youth category as well, so we're going for that. And also the overall champion.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your victory. I'm curious to see what this guy can do in the future. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel of the Windsurf Coach and you will find out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below in the comment section. If you like the video, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Windsurf Coach. And of course, thank you very much for watching and I will see you next time. I will see you on the water.